Hello. So now we are doing December 2023 month's current affairs. So first is Green Energy Karnataka. So Karnataka government has appointed GV Balram committee to oversee the implementation of green energy projects. Not only one project but all the projects that are in Karnataka, na, they all will be under GV Balram committee just to have an overlook on them. Then Karnataka Soaps and Detergents Limited is set to diversify its portfolio by launching a new popular soap product to expand its footprint in the North Indian market. So we have to know about basically Karnataka Soaps and Detergents Limited. It was started by Nalvadi Krishna Rajavadiyar and Sir M. Vishweshwara in the year 1916, particularly to develop soaps. Then we have Kuempu Rashtriya Puraskar Award. So this award was started in the year 2013 and it is given to all the languages that are recognized by the Constitution of India. And who has won this award? This year the award is won by an Bengali writer known as Shirshendu Mukhopadhyay. Shirshendu Mukhopadhyay. He has got the Kuempu Rashtriya Puraskar Award. AI modules for Crisis School. So now, in the CRISE school, AI will be used to initiate the better learning of students. So, who will be doing it? Amazon Future Engineer program to introduce advanced coding and AI modules in 100 CRISE school. So, some basic things about CRISE. So, it is under the Karnataka Residential Education Institution Society, and it is generally for the socially and economically educationally backward children, and it is similar to the GNV college, that is Jawaharlal Navodaya Vidyalayas are there for the central government. It works on similar lines. Then we have Karnataka multi-sector disaster and climate resilient project. So Karnataka government has approved for the Karnataka multi-sector disaster climate project, which includes climate resilient infrastructure, development of Raja Rajakolways and waterway front. The project also receives the support from the World Bank, and it is in line with the Karnataka water policy of 2022. Then we have Kadalekai Parishe. So where is it? Kadale Parishe. So Bangalore celebrates the Kadalekai Parishe, especially in Baswangudi region of Karnataka, mainly in Baswangudi region of Bangalore, just to welcome the first yield of the groundnut crop. So in Baswangudi is known for the famous bull temple. So that too is also important because I think it was by the Kempegowda who had built that temple around 16th century. Then we have brand Mysore has got the new logo. So who has designed the new logo? It is Raghavendra LA, a localite has designed that, and the tagline for that is "Our heritage, your destination." That is Namma Parampare Nimma Tana. Then Yuvanidhi, it will be implemented from January 1st, 2024 for the graduates of 2022-23, and they should have at least remain 6 months or tried to find job for the first 6 months. Then the it is for the general degree holders and the diploma password. For degree holders 3000 and for diploma 1500 rupees. Then we have Karnataka State Legal Services Authority. It has set a mark of disposing large number of cases on one day. So this one was in news. So this operates under the Legal Services Authority Act of 1987, and the Chief Justice of High Court will be the patron in chief, and the next most senior will be the executive head here. So, and we have to know other information like the first Lok Adalat camp was organized in Gujarat in 1982, and it is also given statutory status, and this Lok Adalat also has a statutory status under the LSA Act of 1987. PM E-Bus Seva Scheme. So 11 cities of Karnataka have qualified to introduce the electrical buses under the PM e-bus Seva scheme. So which are these cities? Like the number is 11, so it will be really difficult to remember these names in exam. Just know which are not there. Like Bengaluru is not there. Generally, tier 2 cities are given here, like Mysuru, Mangaluru, Davangere, Shivamogga, Tumkuru, Belgavi, Hubli Dharwad, Kalburgi, Ballari, and Vijapur. So, what is this PM e-bus Seva Yojana? So, basically, to operate the electrical buses. And the center had ordered around 10,000 e-buses on the PPP model, and they will be given to the cities where the population is greater than 3 lakh. Generally, it is compulsory for the capital cities of the union territories and northeastern and the hilly states, and rest is given to other states like Karnataka is getting some. Then we have child sex ratio in Karnataka has declined. So who has said this? Because still we do not have the census now. So this information is given by the Karnataka Civil Registration System, that is CRS. And the child sex ratio in Karnataka has declined continuously, like from 2019 to 2022 it was 934, 947, stable till 947, then again 929. So basically what is child sex ratio? It is a number of female per thousand male in the age group of 0 to 6 years in the human population. And like currently which has the highest child sex ratio? The current highest child sex ratio is Chamarajnagar, and the lowest is in Chikballapur. It has only 868. If they ask the question as per the 2011 census, then Udupi has the highest child sex ratio and Bangalore has the lowest. And Bangalore now also Bangalore urban has seen the steepest decline of 25% in the sex ratio. Then we have Sharavati Valley lion-tailed macaque sanctuary. So Central has notified eco-sensitive zone on this Sharavati Valley lion-tailed macaque sanctuary. So this is in Sagara Taluk in Shumuga district and is a key place for the protection of endangered lion-tailed macaque. Some basic information about lion-tailed macaque. They are native to Western Ghats and found in the Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu region. They are herbivorous and they have status of endangered. And basic of eco-sensitive zones is these are the areas around the protected areas national park wildlife sanctuary. Basically, this is a buffer zone between the normal areas and the these protected areas. It will be generally around 1 mile as per a Supreme Court decision. Then Kia T2, that is Kempegowda International Terminal 2, has won the World's Special Prize for Interior at UNESCO's 2023 Prix Versailles World Architecture Design Award. So, what some basics about this Prix Versailles? It was established in 2015 to mainly award the intelligent and sustainable architecture of airports, shopping malls, campuses, etc. So, this year, like Karnataka's international Kempegowda International has got second award. Means second prize. Then we have Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Karnataka. Karnataka state government will give additional 3.5 lakh rupees per year under the PM Awas Yojana. So earlier the beneficiary has to pay around 4 lakhs, but 4.5 lakhs, but now they have to only pay 1 lakh. So Karnataka state government to give additional 3.5 lakh rupees per house under the PM Awas Yojana. And like some basic one thing about this Yojana, it was launched in 2015 under Ministry of Home and Urban Affairs to construct more than 2 crore houses, that is housing for all scheme, basically for the EWS and LIG category, that is the economic weaker section and low income group categories, and also for middle income group category also. So government will provide around 1 to 2.3 lakh to the people for the categories to make their own house. So now on this the Karnataka government is giving a subsidy of around 3.5 lakh, means if you give just 1 lakh you can get a home in Karnataka. Then we have group of companies doctrine. Supreme Court invokes group of companies doctrine. What it relates to, it is basically arbitration agreement. Means a company that is a non-signatory to an arbitration agreement would also be bound by the agreement if a company is a member of same group of companies that had signed the agreement. So basically what is this is like, if if a company has signed an agreement and it has other branches, or we can also say sister companies, say for example Tata Consultancy is part of Tata Group, Tata Motors is also part of Tata Group. So like if any of the company has signed an arbitration agreement, so and it has failed to agree with it, then all of them will also be bound by the arbitration agreement to solve that. And in which case this was recognized in 2013, Chloro Controls India Private Limited. Then we have 75 years of Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So this year, this date is very important. Remember, December 10th is celebrated as a Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and this year it is the 75th year. And when was it established? 1948. National Legal Services Authority. So Justice Sanjeev Khanna, sorry, Dr. Justice Sanjeev Khanna, the second senior most judge of the Supreme Court, has been nominated as the executive person of the National Legal Services Authority. So it is a statutory body which is formed under the Legal Services Act of 1987, and Chief Justice of India is the patron in chief of this NALSA, while the second senior most judge of Supreme Court is its executive chairman, and it is going to provide legal services for the people whose income is less than 1 lakh rupees. So same as the state legal services. Then interest equalization scheme. So this is basically for the exporters. This scheme mainly provides both pre and post shipment export credit in rupees to the exporters, and it is implemented by RBI and monitored by DGFT, that is Director General of Foreign Trades. And what is the news is the Union Cabinet has recently approved extending this scheme till June 2024. Then we have RAMP program. A RAMP program is raising and accelerating MSME performance. So it will be under definitely under the Ministry of MSME. It is a central sector scheme assisted by World Bank, which was launched in the year 2022. It mainly aims to improve the access to market and credit to the MSMEs. So so to some other things also that we should know about the MSME sector is like two committees are working towards this. One is the UK Sinha committee and another one is the Kamath committee, KV Kamath committee. Then Prayas. Project Prayas has been launched by the International Organization of Migration in partnership with the Ministry of External Affairs. It aims to consolidate all state level initiatives of safe and orderly and well managed international migration. So basically, what it does is it mainly provides the pathway for the people who wants to migrate to work to other countries. So International Organization of Migration and the Ministry of External Affairs are doing it. Some basic things about International Organization of Migration. It was established in the year 1951 aftermath of the World War, basically to help the Europeans who were dislocated due to the war, and it has its headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. Then we have Telecommunication Act of 2023. Telecommunication Act gets presidential assent. Means now the Indian Telegraph Act and the Wireless Telegraph Act will be replaced by this Telecommunication Act. So authorization will be required from the central government to establish and operate the telecommunication network, provide telecom services, possess radio equipments, and spectrum will be allocated through auctions and assigned administratively, and it allows for mass surveillance also. It's quite shocking. Then we have extended mission Karma Yogi. So First we have to know what is Mission Karmayog itself. It is basically National Program for Civil Services Capacity Building. Means basically it is a training program for the civil servants. Now what will be extended from this? So they will add some more new features to the Mission Karmayog. Na? So there are many features, like we will study two most important that might come to exam, that are My I got, which mainly is targeted a training course on homepage of an individual officer, and also Vikas, that is variable and immersive Karma Yogi advanced support. Means basically it is going to train the middle management civil servants in the central secretariat. Hmm. Arogya Mitra Aid Cube. So, Arogya Mitra 8 Cube has been recently unveiled in Gurugram. So, what is this? This is a portable hospital, you can say. It consists of mini cubes which can be set up in any place. Means in a small place also it can be unloaded and it can be converted to hospital. So, that is Arogya Mitra 8 Cube. Where it has been initially seen now, it is been launched in Gurugram, and it is the world's first portable hospitals, and under which scheme all these things are happening under Project Bhishma, that stands for Bharata Health Initiative for Sahayog, Hita and Maitri. Then we have Pradhan Mantri Janjati Adivasi Nyaya Maha Abhiyan, that is PM Janman. So what is this? This is basically an umbrella scheme where all the schemes will be clubbed under one big scheme, that is PM Janman. So it brings 9 minister and 11 critical interventions to give crucial basic services like permanent housing, roads, Anganwadi facilities, piped water, mobile health units, hostel construction, etc. for the PVTG groups, and also for the tribals. Then we have Ayushman Bharat Arogya Mandir. So Union government recently decided recently decided to rename the existing Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centers as Ayushman Arogya Mandirs. It was started in the year 2018 and is a part of PMJ, that is Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. It also has got a new tagline, that is Arogyam Param Dhanam, and the drugs are free of cost here. Means drugs here means medicines. Social stock exchange. So here Unnati is in news. This Unnati has become the first entity to get listed on the social stock exchange. So what is the social stock exchange? So this is a financial market platform that focuses on raising capital for social enterprises and organizations dedicated to creating positive and social and environmental impacts. After that we have something news related to economy. uh, RBI repo rate is still kept unchanged at 6.5% in December. Retail inflation of India has declined, so we have to know on which it is calculated. It is basically CPI, which is released by NSO. And if we have to look at the weightage, first will be food, then housing, fuel, cloth, and pan. To remember it, like we can use directly logic also. Like we spend most of our day eating only, no? So like maximum amount we will be spending on food, so food will be maximum. Then the next most important expense will be house. After that, fuel. Many people don't have the bike and all, so the fuel will be less than housing only. So food, housing, fuel, cloth, and pan. And the food and beverages has around 45% of the weightage, and housing has around 10%. Surat Diamond Bros. So this has been inaugurated by the Prime Minister. It is the biggest office space in the world. Its location is in the Dream City, that is Diamond Research and Mercantile City, and this has been designed by Morphogenesis. And it has planned to expand and shift the diamond trading business from Mumbai to Surat. So Maharashtra will be unhappy. Then we have who is the head or the chairman of this. It is Vallabhbhai Lakhani, who is the head of Kirani Gems currently. Gems currently, which is the biggest diamond firm in Surat. And the theme that it has adopted is the Pancha Tattva. Hmm. Now, geography and environment news for this month is important, mainly because of the 28th COP was held. So we will have to see what all contributions are made by different countries in this COP28. Most of the news is related to this only. So first news is related to Altira. So UAE UAE was the host of the COP28. So Dubai hosted it, and it so this is Altira uh, is the solution by the home, means the host only. So UAE has given created a fund called as Altira with an initial capital of around $30 billion. So this is a privately managed fund and largest of its kind. It has four verticals to mainly work upon, that is energy transition, industrial decarbonization, sustainable living and climate technologies. Then green credit program, this is being floated by India. So Prime Minister of India in COP28 highlighted the benefits of green credit program. So what is this? This is a market based mechanism designed to intensify the environmental actions that are taken by individuals, industries, farmers, urban local bodies, gram panchayats, private sector, and any other person. So this what happens is, like, if any good deed is done especially related to environment, they are going to get the carbon credits. So this carbon credits can further be traded into the exchanges. So this is the green credit program. And who is this administered by? This is administered by the Indian Council of Forest Research and Education. And what are the areas it is going to focus? It is going to focus on a wide range of areas, but currently only two are the primary focus areas where we are going to get the green credits. They are water conservation and afforestation. Then global stock gate. So what is global stock gate? Remember this, like a basically examination for the countries in the environment. So at COP28, countries will examine the global stock take, means whatever the progress that they have done in the environmental field from 2015 when Paris conference was held. So from then to now, what and all are done. So this will be reviewed in the global stock gate. So this will be the first time when this review will be happening, and this review is basically done by the conference of parties, means the assembly will only just hear what all they are done. So the things that we are reading here na, Altira fund and the green credit program, so each country will explain that they have did this, and this is basically global stock it, and it occurs once in 5 years, and this is the first time it is going to be held. Then we have Lead 2.0. So this is also an initiative of India at COP28. So it stands for Leadership Group for Industry Transition. So it is basically by India and Sweden. So what it is doing is some 18 countries of in Sweden and 20 countries of India that are generally high emitting industries, which are generally related to mining, iron, steel, cement, aluminum. They have come together in Dubai, and they said that they are going to reduce the carbon emission and try to achieve the net carbon zero in these industries by 2050. Then Climate Club. So like this is mainly led by Germany and Chile to decarbonize industries. So like how we did Lead 2.0 na, they have did like Germany and Chile have did Climate Club, and Lead what is this Lead 2.0 actually is now in COP28. Earlier this was just Lead now, it will be 1.0, so that was in 2019. Then we have Mars, that is Methane Alert and Response System. So this mainly has the task of identifying the methane plumes. Methane plumes basically means the areas where the methane gas has a maximum concentration. Like if we look from the space, like we will from satellite, we will find the specific areas where from maximum emission of the methane is taking place. So that will be highlighted now. So those are called as plumes actually. So this is a initiative which was actually launched in COP27, which was held in El Sheikh, Egypt, and now it has got, I think, it has been approved. This was actually launched at that time. So it is mainly set up by UNEP, that is United Nations Environment Program, International Methane Observatory, and it is funded by the Global Methane Hub and the Bezos Earth Fund. Then we have a new GI tag, that is Lakdong turmeric. It is from Jainatia Hills of Meghalaya. So it is a type of turmeric because of its very good quality color and all. It has got the GI tag. Some basic about this 10 years. Uh, then we have the Act of Trip 1999, and the first product to get GI tag in India was Darjeeling tea in 2004. And other products that have got a GI tag from the Meghalaya are uh, Garo Dakmand, which is a traditional dish, Larni pottery, and Garo Chubich, which is an alcoholic beverage. Then now it's the Saudi Arabia's turn. Like all countries are announcing, now it will be Saudi Arabia. It has announced oil and gas decarbonizing charter. This was announced by Saudi Arabia at COP28. So 50 companies have come that are mainly contributing 40% of the global oil production and have committed for this oil and gas decarbonizing charter. Basically, they also want to achieve the net zero status by 2050. Then we have Bunny grasslands. Bunny grasslands are going to get the cheetah breeding and conservation center. Where is it? Of course, it will be in Gujarat only. And some features of this Bunny grassland are it is known for its salt tolerant vegetation, and it also has the Indian wildlife sanctuary, and which is also called as Kur. Then loss and damage fund. Actually, last year in COP27, we had in Egypt that was held, the loss and damage fund was actually accepted, means established. Earlier, it was only in discussions like we will establish this, we will establish that, but no, last year it was actually established, and this year it got approved in COP28. So basically, it is very clear now what is loss and damage fund, because they were countries who started the industrialization, so they have did the maximum damage, so they should pay for the developing countries. So that's the basic thing about this loss and damage fund. And how big it is? It is around 100 billion per year. Some amount is there. Just know that it was accepted this time. Last year it was only established. Climate change performance index by German Watch. So India has been ranked seventh in this climate change performance index. And what are the indicators? There are basically greenhouse gas emissions, renewable energy, energy use, and climate change policy are the indicators here. Denmark has gained the first, and Saudi Arabia is at the bottom. And it wants to have some charter something. It then we have global renewables and energy efficiency pledge. So when they meet now, they have to take some kind of pledge at COP28. So this is a pledge they have taken. 118 countries have signed the renewable energy pledge at the COP28 summit. So it is mainly spearheaded by European Union, USA, and UAE, and India and China being still developing, which China calls still developing, but it is developed, but still it in the world side it is still developing. So India and China have stayed away from the initiative calls for phasing from this pledge because it mainly asks to slow down the coal use, and means mining of the coal should be reduced and it should be phased out. So this is not at all binding, but still they stayed away from the pledge. And if we have to look at the stats of India, the Ministry of Renewable last year said that country was the world's third largest producer of renewable energy, with 40% of its installed energy capacity coming from the non-fossil fuel sources. Then we have Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats Biodiversity Center. It has been established in the Kambalakonda Wildlife Sanctuary of Vishakhapatnam Forest Division. Where it is? It is in Andhra Pradesh. Then then we have India Forest and Wood Certification Scheme. So this is basically a certification scheme by Ministry of Environment. Generally, if you are dealing with the wood from the forest area, so that certification is given by this one. Like the farmers, the food farmer producer organizations, and the departments which mainly do trade in the wood and all with respect to forest. So the Ministry of Environment is going to give the certification, and if the trees are outside the forest area, then the certification is given by the Indian Forest and Wood Certification Council. So all these are operating under the Institute of Forest Management of Bhopal. And like who is going to give the accreditation for the agencies that mainly provide this wood certification? It is by Quality Control of India. Then we have India's Arctic expedition. So Raman Research Institute is first time participating in the India's winter expedition in the Arctic region, and India has an expedition center which all year presents in Arctic region, that is Himadri in Svalbard. So whose ministry is it? It is under Ministry of Earth Science with the National Center for Polar and Ocean Research, Goa as a nodal agency. Then camelids are in news because United Nations has declared 2024 as the year of camelids. So what are their IUCN status? It is critically endangered. Some things about that we should know about these are basically herbivorous mammals, and they are kind of crossbreeds of camels and ilmas, and they are generally seen in Asia, Middle East, and America as well. And they are mainly known for the transportation and for wool production. Mm, Then we have Namdapa flying squirrel has been re-emerged in the Arunachal Pradesh. So this was actually not seen since 1981. Now it has reappeared in the Namdapa National Park in Arunachal Pradesh. It has a category of critically endangered species, and it is a nocturnal species. Then NGT has asked for inspection of in the Kuru Chikupam beach, Kuru Chikupam beach at the Puducherry to analyze the cause behind the red phenomena, that is sea was turning red in the beaches of Puducherry, especially the Kurukupam beach. So NGT has asked to see what is happening there. So this is basically redetide. The common term is used for algae bloom. So basically some microscopic algae, dinoflagellates, when they are present in large quantity, the water turns red. So why is this? Because of the nutrient enrichment, warm waters, or because of the sunlight? This is not good. It looks aesthetically good, but it is going to kill the fish, and it has a negative impact on the marine ecosystem. Then we have National Transient Pass System. So this has been launched by Ministry of Environment for seamless transition of timber, bamboo, and other forest produce across the country, which has envisioned the concept of one nation, one pass regime, and it is online mode and QR code is given for the transit. Then, like we have Pompeii disease. So the India's first person who in India who was treated for this Pompe diseases has died recently. So means the treatment has failed. So what is important for us is what is Pompe disease. So this is an a glycogen storage disease type 2, means here the body does not have the enzymes that break down the complex sugars into simple sugars. That's why the treatment they used were the enzyme replacement therapy. So as the enzyme, that is alpha glucosidase, could work better to break down the sugar, but now it is clear that it has failed. So what is Pompe disease? Mainly the body does not able to break the complex sugars into simple sugars, and alpha glucosidase is the enzyme that is defective. Then basic things about Google Gemini. It is of Google only and can understand text, images, videos, and audios, and it has been integrated with the Google Pixel and the Google Bard. Then we have dress syndrome, so commonly called, and so like it is there is a warning actually from the government that has said that by consuming the painkiller Naftal, like the chances of getting this dress syndrome is high. So dress syndrome basically means drug reaction and eosinophilia and synthetic symptoms. Means it is like the when you consume the drugs because of your hypersensitivity, you might get this syndrome. Then Pixel Aurora. So this is a space startup that is based in Bangalore. So this becomes important because this wants to study the earth health of the earth. So it is planning to send around some 20 to 30 satellites and based on that they are going to observe the earth through hyperspectral imaging, and thus they are going to study the how the health of the earth is. So only it has become important because it has its headquarters in Bangalore. Then we have law on regulating AI. European Union has released the world's first set of comprehensive laws to regulate the use of artificial intelligence. Then we have XCon 2023. This is the South Asia's largest construction equipment trade fair, which was held in Bengaluru. And the host was Government of Karnataka, supported by Ministry of Road, Ministry of Heavy Industries, National Highway Authority of India, and Indian Construction Equipment Manufacturer Association. Then we have red spike. So the European Space Agency has observed this red spike. Just remember what is this red spike is. This is basically reverse lighting. Generally, lightning strikes from top to bottom. Na? At certain height, the lightning goes in the reverse direction against the gravity. So this was observed, and this is called as a red spike. General, which we see lightning that is blue in color, that is called as blue jets, and these two are together, or these two are the transient luminous events in the in the space, we can say something like that. Then we have Kakrapar Atomic Project. Where is it? Is Gujarat. What is its capacity? 700 megawatt. It is the largest indigenous nuclear power reactor to be built. Still, this is phase one only. So it is going to be using pressurized heavy water reactor, which acts as and natural uranium. And the heavy water will be used as coolant and moderator. So basic thing, one more thing that we have to know is what is criticality. It is the state where the nuclear reactor or the fuel maintains a self-sustaining chain reaction. Then we have Barracuda boat. So this is the India's fastest solar electric boat in Kerala, that is Alpas. Then Noma diseases is in news. So World Health Organization has included Noma as a neglected tropical diseases. So it is also called as Cankerum oris, is a severe and a rapidly progressing bacterial infection that primarily affects the face. Basically, it causes the destruction of the soft and the hard tissues in the oral and the facial region. Mainly, it causes due to malnutrition, poor hygiene, and weakened immune system. And it is reported in sub-Saharan Africa. Then we have National Geoscience Data Repository portal has been launched. The name itself is clear, like it has the repository of the all the geospatial information of India, and who is a partner? Bhaskaracharya Institute. Bhaskaracharya Institute. Then we have late blight diseases. So this is the disease that mainly attacks potato and tomato, especially in the region which are cold and wet conditions. So recently it has hit the potatoes in Punjab region. Then we have carpal tunnel syndrome, CTS. So the researcher at the Indian Institute of Science have developed an AI tool that can identify this nerve. Basically, carpal tunnel is basically a region that means it is a tunnel that connects the palm and our hand. So if there is any issues with this, then we are calling it as carpal tunnel syndrome. So now they are using the IISc have used an AI tool to identify this tunnel in the hand, so they can treat this very effectively. Then we have Brahma 2D. Brahma basically means Brahmaputra 2D mapping, means the students of IIT Guwahati have collaborated with the Brahmaputra road under the Union Ministry of Jal Shakti and have made the mathematical 2D model of the Brahmaputra river, which they can be further used for any kind of projects. We know what is deepfake. Basically, we will just read it out. The term deepfake is a combination of deep learning and fake. It relies on the generative adversarial networks, which consist of two parts: a generator that creates a content and a discriminator that evaluates the authenticity of the content. Then we have Meditech Mitra portal. So it aims to assist the for the clinical evaluations and regulation, especially for the medical, what we say, medical startups and all. So it is basically guided by the Atal Innovation Mission of Niti Aayog and also by ICMR and the Central Drug Standard Control Organization. Then OCREX Apex. Actually, the name of this mission earlier was OCREX only, because it was a mission of NASA in 2016, which mainly went to the Bennu asteroid and collected the material, and it came back. So, as the fuel was left, they wanted to add another mission into it, that is Osiris Apex. Basically, it is a renamed mission. So it wants to do a flyby around a rare cosmic event called as Apophis, Apophis, Apophis in 2029, which will be flying near the Earth. So this wants to have a flyby mission around it. Then we have zero click exploits. So what is it? This is basically a hacking tool. Means there was a news in Washington Post like the Indian journalist phones are getting hacked using this zero click exploits. This is basically by a Israeli company called as Pegasus. And other notable things there are the software names that they are using to hack the journalists are Blast Past, Blast from the Past, and PWN Your Home. Then we have hydroponics. What is hydroponics? Basically growing plants without soil. Then some defense news. INS Sandhyak. INS Sandhyak, like it is an research navy vessel. Then INS Tramulgi is a fast water jet attack craft, and it has been named after an island of Andaman Group. MH-60 Romeo helicopter is by Lockheed Martin and is it is of USA's to India. Then we have Summer Air Defense System. It is by Russia and it is air and it is surface to air. Then we have some CISF news. The Union Ministry has approved the deployment of CISF in the Parliament complex now, and the head of this is important because this is the first woman head appointed as CISF, that is Neena Singh. Then INS Imphal. INF Imphal is an indigenously developed warship which was commissioned in the Indian Navy, is of the Vishakhapatnam class, and this is the first warship named after a city of Northeast. And it also offers the tribute to the Manipur sacrifice to the Indian freedom struggle. Garba dance has been included in the UNESCO's World Heritage Intangible World Heritage List. So it is performed in the state of Gujarat, and Chaya Choli and Kurta Pajama are worn during this, and Dandiya is also done that time. So India has around 14 cultural lists from the country. So Kutiyattam, a Sanskrit theatre art from Kerala. Then the traditional Vedic chanting, Ram Leela from Uttar Pradesh, Ramanna from Uttarakhand, Chau dance from West Bengal, Kalbali from Rajasthan, Mudiyattu from Kerala, Durga Puja from Kolkata, Buddhist chanting at Ladakh, Sankirtanas from the Assam and Manipur, and Copper craft from Punjab, Nowruz, which is a Parsi's New Year, and we have Yoga and we have Kumbh Mela. Then we have Swaraveda Mandir. Swarameda Mandir was inaugurated in Varanasi. This is the world's largest meditation center and can host around 20,000 people. So this is mainly to honor Sri Sadguru Sadfal DOG. Just remember DOG, who is the creator of Vignam Yoga. Then we have Sahitya Academy Awards. Like this year, Sahitya Academy Awards are important because one guy is from Karnataka. So for English language category, it is won by Neelam Saran Gaur, and for Hindi category, it is for Sanjeev. Sanjeev, and what is his work? His work is Mujhe Pehchano. And scholar Lakshmi Shah Tolpadi of Karnataka has got for best category of essay category. He had written the essay titled Mahabharata Anusandhana Bharata Yatri, which has bagged him award in essay category. So Lakshmi Shah Tolpadi. Then we have UNESCO's Asia Pacific Award for Conservation is also given in India. Two places have got it. One is Haryana and Punjab. Rambagh Gate and of Amritsar, Church of Ifani from Gurgaon. Then Pipli Haveli from Gurdaspur of Punjab. Then we have some international news. International Maritime Organization is in news because India was re-elected to the council. So where is it? it is headquartered is in London. It was established in the year 1948. It is a specialized agency of the United Nations for the shipping industry. So it has two important conventions, that is the Convention on Laws, Convention on the Safety of Life at Sea, SOLAS, and International Convention for Prevention of Pollution from Sea, that is MARPOL. And then we have Codex Alimentarius Commission, which is basically by the World Health Organization and Food and Agriculture Organization combinedly does this. Basically what they want to do is they want to have high international standards for food. China's Belt and Road Initiative is in use because Italy has officially exited from this one. So what are the basics of this China's One Belt One Road Initiative? It was actually launched in the year 2013 when Xi Jinping became the president, and it is basically aims to connect Asia, Europe, and Africa. So China has established this Silk Road and Asian Infrastructure Bank to provide financial support. So basically, we have to know about some global financial institutions. First two, World Bank and IMF, Bretton Woods twins. They were established in the year 1944, where the USA is a lead shareholder. Then they have a capital of around 220 billion and 370 billion, and both of them are in Washington. Then we come to ADB and AIIB, which are most confusing actually. So we can understand them by their functions itself. So we have ADB is basically Asian Development Bank. So the word development is there. So China does not want other countries' development. It just wants the money from the infrastructure. So development is basically done by Japan. Say look at India's metros only. They are generally sponsored by Japan. So Asian Development Bank is mainly largest shareholder is Japan, and Japan was superpower earlier only, so they are funding from that time only. So this will have an year date that will be very early. So it was in 1966 when it was established as Japan as the largest shareholder. Mainly it aims to reduce poverty, and its headquarters is in Manila, Philippines. Then we come to Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. So this was found recently because China has become rich recently, that is in 2015, and China is the largest shareholder, and its headquarters is in Beijing. Then we have Conference of Disarmament. India is poised to assume the first presidency of the 2024 session of Conference of Disarmament. This is signed at the UN General Assembly devoted to the disarmament. 65 member states, including the 5 NPT nuclear weapon states. Then we have Global Partnership on AI, that is GAPI. India is hosting this for the first time. So when was this GAPI launched? It was launched in the year 2020, and India is also a founding member. What was the aim? The aim was to bridge the gap between theory and practice on AI by supporting cutting edge research and applied activities in the AI related priorities. So the first three GRPs were held in the Montreal, Paris, and Tokyo. Now it will be held in Delhi. So we will have the New Delhi Declaration on AI. And one important thing we have to note here is the Senegal, which was a current member of the grouping, has been elevated to steering committee of GAPI. Then we have ENACT partnership. Six new countries and United Nations agency are joining the ENACT partnership. This is an initiative that seeks to coordinate global efforts to address the climate change, ecosystem degradation, and biodiversity loss through nature-based solutions. Its members are France, USA, Switzerland, Pakistan, and UNEP, and it has secretariat at IUCN. Then Article 99 of the UN Charter was used when the Israel and Gaza were fighting, and to create a ceasefire between them, Article 99 of UN Charter was used. So the Secretary General may bring to attention of the Security Council any matter which his opinion is important. Then we have Colombo Safety Colombo Security Conclave. This was in 2023. It is a regional security grouping which was founded by India, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Mauritius in 2011. And Mauritius was added in 2020, and the observer nations are Bangladesh and Seychelles. It has its permanent secretary in Colombo, which was established in 2021. Then we have some miscellaneous news. Let us finish it. India's Grand Masters Vaishali and Pragyananda are the first Indian brother and sister to become Grandmaster. To become Grandmaster, you should have a fight rating of greater than 2600 in any point in career. Then Global Drought Snapshot Report is by UNCCD, that is United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. Global Status Report on Road Safety 2023. This is by World Health Organization. It had said that globally the deaths due to accidents have reduced by 5%, but in India only there is a registered of 15% increase in the fatalities. Then we have logistic ease across different states perception survey, that is leads perception survey. It is by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So this is basically based on the lines of the logistic performance index of the World Bank. So it incorporates both perception as well as objectivity, enhancing the robustness of the exercise. So who are the toppers? Coastal states Andhra Pradesh, landlocked group Haryana, Northeast Assam, and UT's Chandigarh. World Bank Migration and Development Brief. So this was released by World Bank. It has mainly information related to who are the top remittance and all. India, Mexico, China are the top remittance states, and who is giving the maximum source? It is USA. We have some sports awards or news. Khel Ratna is to Satvik and Chirag. Satvik and Chirag. Arjuna Award Muhammad Shami and other 26 people also. Then Dronacharya Award to Lalit Kumar for wrestling coach, R.B. Ramesh for chess, Mahavira Prasad Saini for para athletics, and Ganesh Prabhakar Devkur for Mallagamba. This is important because in Karnataka also Mallagamba is done. Na? So Ganesh Prabhakar, just remember Ganesh Prabhakar for Mallagamba. Then Dhyan Chand Award for Lifetime Achievement is for Manjusha, and Vinita Kumari for hockey, and Kavita for kabaddi. Then we have Makka Trophy, that is Maulana Abu Kalam Azad Trophy. It has won to Guru Nanak Dev University. Then we have submarine tourism in India, where it will be in Dwarka, only Gujarat. So they will take 100 meters below sea just to have a look of the ancient city of Dwarka. This is Mahiti for mains. Okay, e-waste and Bangalore. So Bangalore is the third largest e-waste generating city in India. Okay, we arrive at news in short, which we will finish it today only in the next video. So thank you.